first coat of mud that I put in the bathroom didn't completely dry yesterday. I left the fan on it, but it wasn't dry enough to sand. We left that in there last night so it would completely dry. And I came back this morning, put a second coat in there, and while it's drying, Amanda and I thought we would go ahead and start laying the floor. But like I was describing before, they use staples to put all this down, and it is posing a real problem with us getting started. Because you can see these are everywhere, and this will show through when you get ready to lay the floor. I mean, they're like every 6 inches there's a staple. So we're having to go through here one by one and pull these things out. And they basically use these all along the perimeter of the room, all the way down the hallway, and anywhere in the middle of the room where two of the pads met, they stapled it to the floor. So most of this morning we're going to be spending just getting that up. Unfortunately, I got in too much of a hurry and really didn't think about it. Most of these floorings, including some of the last ones I laid, some of the previous videos, you have to lay it left to right, and I just wasn't thinking about that when I started this. I was picturing starting in this corner and working my way down this long run down the hallway to have a good line to start off of. But in order to do that, I would have to start in that bedroom down there, which is a smaller room. And I really want to start in here because I have the longest wall in here to start off of. Not sure how much sense that makes, but the biggest mistake I made was Amanda and I focused on pulling up all the nails and staples out of this area here because I thought that's where we were going to start. But in actuality, I'm going to have to start on this wall and work my way back into the room and then down the hall. Basically, I spent what little time I had left here prepping this other wall to start off of. So I've run out of time. I can't lay any floor today because I have a 20-minute drive back across town to get my hair cut. But we will be back here tomorrow and we will get on this floor. The only thing really slowing us down at all are picking out all these staples that they put the carpet down with previously. Okay, I'd heard this rumor about mobile homes before, so I figured we were going to run into this. We're using this wall here as our starting line, and the rumor I've always heard is there's not a lot of truly straight walls in a mobile home because once they're shipped, things twist and move, and you're not going to have just an arrow straight wall in the house to start off of. So you're going to have to compensate for that, and we are too here. We've got this row started down in the corner, and it was pretty good up to the door here. Once we got here, our flooring would be underneath this wall, so we're going to have to trim it off to keep this line going. It might seem a little tricky on how to get this measurement since there's nothing out here to measure off of, and you're measuring off of a crooked wall, but I've got kind of an easy technique I use to do this. Since there's nothing here to measure off of, I go ahead and lay this next piece, even though I haven't got this far in the row yet, just as something to reference from. I go ahead and lock it in just off the corner. I have a straight line all the way down to measure off of. Since this piece is in place, I know that these lines are going to be where I need them to be. So I just measure off this reference point and subtract a 1/4 inch because you want to leave a 1/4 inch gap from the wall, and that tells me how big this piece needs to be. This is so frustrating to get a little bit of momentum going and then just come to complete standstill right here. I tried to focus in so you could kind of see what was happening. There were so many staples right here. I guess when they were laying this carpet, they were trying to tuck it underneath the furnace here, but it was kicking up the vinyl plank as I was trying to put it down, so I had to pull out all these staples. And it was literally in just a maybe 18-inch section here. This is how many staples I pulled out. And given Amanda and I had already pulled out tons of these the other day when we did the rest of the hallway, we got all the ones that were easily visible. These were kind of tucked right up against the furnace, so they were harder to notice initially. But this is how many I pulled out just now. I was hoping to be way further down the hallway by now, but stopping every few feet to pull out dozens of these stupid little staples. So frustrating.